Hello everybody, welcome back to another video where I talk over a game, and today I wanted to talk about routines, notably how I like to spend my time, and I'm guessing some people find that weird, I don't know, or just lacking in a certain way. Not really sure how to put it, but let's put it like this. Like usually on the weekends, there's just a certain type of thing that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit and watch some YouTube videos, I'm gonna go do some grocery shopping, maybe drop in on a few other stores that I like, play some games, and then it's already pretty much Sunday night, and I feel like I've had a good weekend because it's been nice and relaxing and calm. But then I kind of dread going to work on Monday and having to talk about what I did on the weekend, which of course isn't a whole lot anyway, but also it's the same thing I've done every weekend, and somehow people find that kind of disappointing, even though it's the perfect weekend for me, so I'm not really sure where people are coming from in that respect. But somehow I got the vibe that if you're not spending a bunch of time with a bunch of people and having parties and whatnot every Saturday, Sunday, Friday evening, then that's kind of sad, or there's something wrong, and I should have been doing more, something like that. And that tends to have me stressing out on weekends, thinking like, oh, I should be doing something else, I have to be doing something else so I can actually talk about something on Monday morning, which is also wrong, because why should I do that? Because I just like the things that I like. And also with like paying time off, I've got a couple of weeks off, and then most people in their summer holidays, they'll go somewhere. They'll have booked a trip to some place, some foreign country, and then they hang out there for a couple of weeks, and then of course when they come back they have all these lovely pictures to look at and stuff like that. And when I have my summer holiday, I tend to just kind of stay home and go out and do things, but come back to my house at the end of the day. So it's not quite the summer holiday trip that people expect. We used to do that when I was a kid. Of course, the family would go drive out to mostly France, and then we'd spend some time on a campground there, go to the beach and stuff like that. And technically, I guess I could do that, but it's just me and my dog. And I'm already like, I don't really want to drag the dog here and there because she's kind of small. She doesn't walk a whole lot. At least she's a Shih Tzu, so she doesn't have to walk miles and miles because her legs probably won't want to do that. And on top of that, she doesn't really walk like most dogs do. She's one of those dogs that has to sniff everything, but then doesn't walk in a straight line. She has to go up the back a few times. You have to go sniff this blade of grass. You have to go sniff that blade of grass. And then instead of going forward, we're going to go back a couple more feet because there was another blade of grass that was interesting. So she's always like walking in circles, zigzagging all over the place. It's not like going for a walk like you see with most people and their dogs. They just kind of keep walking at a certain pace, and every once in a while they stop when the dog does something, and then they keep walking. That's not her. So I couldn't really take her for a holiday where she has to do a lot of walking anyway, because it would take me forever to go anywhere. And ultimately, I'd probably just end up having to carry her everywhere, which I'm not sure would be good for her either, because she likes to explore. And I would get pretty tired of that pretty quickly, I would think. But I'm also kind of looking at the whole, like, financial aspect of it as well. I'm pretty sure it costs quite a lot of gas to drive down to, say, France, where we used to go. We would drive about, I think, 12 hours, and we'd have to stop 4 times to fill the gas tank. Back then, of course, gas was not quite as expensive, but it was probably still very pricey, and these days, I don't think we could afford it. Then you have to pay for the campground, and of course, you also have to have all this stuff on you already, like a tent and stuff like that. And then while you're there, you're going to drive around, visit a couple of different towns, go shopping, etc. Even a simple holiday like that, like a beach holiday, could end up costing you over $1,000. And then I think to myself, I can go to the beach around here, like for a day trip. That'll cost me some gas, but at the end of the day, I'm just going to go back home and chill over here. And I can choose not to do that for a couple of days, and then maybe I'll go shopping in another town, take the train, and stuff like that. And ultimately, it'll be a lot cheaper, and I've been to a lot of different places as well. And there's this thing, like, when I go somewhere, beforehand I'm like, okay, I want to go to this place, I want to go to that place, maybe I'll want to go to a specific bookstore or something, and then the trip over there, I'm like, okay, fun, this is fun, right? Then I'm at the bookstore, and I've kind of seen the things that I want to see, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done, I want to go home now. And that'll be all I've done, and for me, that's fine. Like, I don't need to make it an entire day in that town. I just go for the one thing, then I've done the thing, and then I'm done and I want to go home. That's just how it works with me. So I think about 60% of the days during a summer holiday will be just my usual routine of going to a couple of stores in the area that I enjoy going to just to browse or maybe get some groceries, come back home, play a game, watch some videos, and then call it a day. Those are great days for me. That's just my routine. That's what I enjoy. That's where I get my energy because it's something that I know what to expect, which is also something that kind of keeps me from doing new things because I'm not really sure what to do, where to go, where to park. But if I can get there by train, then that's a lot easier. I'll go somewhere by train. Like there are a couple of places that I can go by train that would lead me to a beachfront. I think I'll do that a couple of times. And that'll be an unusual day where I do things that I normally wouldn't do. And those also cost me extra energy. So I'll have the experience, but I'll also have a bit of an energy debt right there. That'll then have to be filled by doing my usual routine for a couple more days. And also I seem to enjoy the act of traveling more than the destination. Like I'll enjoy the train trip over there. I'll enjoy just chilling on the way back home as well. But while I'm there, like if I'm going to a large city like Rotterdam or The Hague, there's so many people there that are in my way, that are looking, that are doing this or that or the other thing, making noise. I don't know, just doing things that draws my attention and irritates me. Like I was at a bookstore the other day in The Hague, and there was this couple of, I would say 20-somethings, and they were having a very loud, animated conversation. I'm pretty sure the entire bookstore could hear them, but they didn't seem to think that there was anything wrong with that. I was always taught that you only really need to speak so loud that the person that you're actually talking to can actually hear what you're saying, but the rest of the town doesn't need to know. But they didn't seem to see anything wrong with it, but it did draw my energy a lot because also they were kind of near an area where I wanted to go look, and I don't like to go stand next to a bunch of people that are super animated and loud. So I had spent some time kind of like hovering in the area, looking at a couple of different books and book racks. And then it just kind of annoys me how long they're taking. Because when I go to a store, I have a couple of things in mind that I want to do. I go in, I look at those specific places, those specific spots. I either find what I'm looking for or I don't. And then I pay for what I've got, and then I leave. And that's good enough for me. So anything that kind of slows that process down annoys me somehow. And I'm also really big on situational awareness, like am I bothering somebody or something like that. So when I encounter somebody who is bothering other people and they don't seem to be aware of it, that also really annoys me a lot, particularly in like grocery stores and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure it's like a generic thing that people hate when there's like a bunch of people just kind of like having a conversation in the middle of an aisle, blocking things. But okay, sometimes it is what it is. So that's me with my routines. Let me know in the comment section if you have any routines that you like to stick to and why do you stick to them? Are there things that you like to try? And when you try these things, what happens then? In any case, thanks for listening. Hope to see you in another video, and bye bye for now.